Hey everybody, djufu here. Well, I'm finally doing it. This video is a complete comprehension of everything we know about Jurassic Park 4 thus far. I'm going to tell you how it started and then what's confirmed. So, let's get right to it because we got a lot of info to discuss. Alright, so back in around 2002-ish, director Steven Spielberg announced that they were doing a Jurassic Park 4, and that director Joe Johnston was gonna come back and direct the fourth one. Then they were like getting it all ready. Sam Neill was gonna come back and play Dr. Grant, and we had a couple rewrites, and it was gonna be planned for about a 2005-ish release, but obviously that never happened. Then about in 2004, Jack Horner, the guy that helps keep the dinosaurs look more realistic and sound more realistic in all the movies, was going to be in it. And then they had special effects artist Stan Winston. He explained the reason for the delays, and that was because of repeat revisions of the script, none of which were satisfying Spielberg. And I don't blame him. I mean, Jurassic Park 4 needs to go back to how good the original was, or at least try and get back into the league of the second Jurassic Park. Because the third one, I don't hate the third one. I don't, regardless of what you think, I do like the third one. It's just that killing off the T-Rex was unnecessary. It was too short in contrast to its predecessors. The story was extremely predictable. And to be honest, Jeff Goldblum, his absence in the movie truly didn't help it either. I mean, the fourth one needs to bring him back. He made the first two Jurassic Park movies. He was like the Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson character of the movie. Like, he was the great... Like, he should have been nominated for the Academy Award of Best Supporting Actor. That's how good I think he is. I mean, if any of you have ever seen the movie The Fly... he is the main actor, and he's a scientist who accidentally turns himself into a fly due to an experiment gone bad. His acting in that movie is phenomenal, and he should have been nominated for the Academy Award of Best Actor. But the Academy Awards hardly ever acknowledges horror films, so he got robbed of it. And that's it. But back to what we know. Then about 2007, we had Laura Dern. She plays Ellie Sattler. Apparently she was contacted to return for the fourth movie, and Universal said they wanted a 2008 release. And also around the same time, Joe Johnston confirmed he was not directing the film, and the fans of that, and anyone that heard that, absolutely applaud. Joe Johnston is not a terrible director, it's just Jurassic Park was not for him. I mean, he's done Hidalgo, Captain America, and if any of you have seen Captain America, you know how awesome of a movie it was. And I mean, truly it was awesome. And then we had Richard Attenborough. He's been contacted to return as John Hammond, and Jeff Goldblum has expressed some interest in returning for the role of the fourth film, but, you know, that was back in around 2008, so things change. And then around 2008, December, Frank Marshall and Kathleen Kennedy, the official producers of almost any film that Spielberg's involved in, they were asked if there was any development on the sequel, and Kennedy responded, quote here, "No, I don't know. You know, when Michael Crichton passed away, I sort of felt maybe that's it. Maybe that's a sign we don't mess with it." And around that time, yes, Michael Crichton did die, and he's the writer of Jurassic Park and The Lost World. So, that was sad. And at that time, Frank Marshall and Kathleen Kennedy were no longer signed with Universal in a production capacity, but the two remained involved in the film's production. So then November 2009, about a year later basically, Joe Johnston discussed the possibility of Jurassic Park 4, saying that the story is completely different than its predecessors and it would take the franchise in a whole new direction. Now, what exactly that means, we don't know because things have changed. We've got a lot of new information since then, so let's keep going. In January 2010, revealed that Jurassic Park 4 was to set the... Joe Johnston revealed that Jurassic Park 4 was to set the beginning of a second Jurassic Park trilogy. Why they had to do that, I don't know. I don't actually think that's their plan anymore, but he said it's going to be like anything you've seen. And once he finishes Captain America, he's hopefully going to help develop Jurassic Park 4 with Steven Spielberg. But he has not confirmed he's going to be the director. But he's apparently going to help the story. But, you know, most interviews he's completely been cut off in the project, as far as I understand. Then in about June 15, 2009, just last year, Spielberg reported that he was brainstorming with Mark Protevich. I don't know. Well, anyway, Mark Protevich, he's in brainstorming stuff with him, and give it a second, my internet's going really slow. Come on, you piece of shit. I'm sorry, people, this is really taking forever. Mark whatever the hell his fucking name is. Pardon my language. He's done films like Poseidon, the 2006 one, or whatever. That I thought that was a really good movie. I Am Legend, that was a phenomenal film. Thor, I've heard some mixed things about it, but generally I was very pleased with it. That was actually probably my favorite superhero movie of last year. And he's also writing the script for Mass Effect, the movie, which has yet to come out, and video game movies are iffy, but again, it only takes a true fan to make it. And he also wrote the script for the unproduced Batman Triumphant, which eventually became Batman Begins, so... Alright, going back. I'm sorry, people, my internet is lagging like hell right now. I do not know why. Alright, I'm just going to exit out of it, reopen it. It might actually go quicker. And what do you know, it does. Alright, good. So, I don't know how to fucking pronounce his name. You can go look it up. I don't feel like putting it in. But anyway. Now, it's been unclear from this update that it's not, now from almost everything I can gather, it's not going to be a reboot to the franchise. The reboot, that would mean remaking the original Jurassic Park, and that's just stupid. So from everything I gather, it is going to be a fourth film of the original series. It's not going to be a new trilogy or anything. And then, of course, Joe Johnston, again, July 2011, he's like, oh yeah, it's going to be a spin-off of the history of the first trilogy. That would ruin the franchise, in my opinion. Then at San Diego Comic-Con, hallelujah, the granddaddy of all movie updates. You hear that? Well, anyway. Steven Spielberg confirmed, and in front of at least 6,000 spectators, that preparations for Jurassic Park 4 were in progress. A story was ready. A script was being written. Spielberg said that it would possibly re-release in the next 2 or 3 years, which would, at that point, line it up with either a late 2013 release next year, or possibly, and I believe this, a summer 2014 release, which would coincide with Godzilla. Because one reason I don't think they'll release it next year is because next year they're re-releasing Jurassic Park in 3D. And now, Jurassic Park in 3D, I think will be a good thing because that'll help redo interest in the entire franchise. So that'll help get interest back into the franchise, and people will remember Jurassic Park again. They'll get all hyped up for a fourth one, and it'll happen. And a representative from Universal at 2011 San Diego Comic-Con confirmed that 2013 would be Universal's preferred deadline for completion. So, whether or not 2013 is going to happen, I don't know, but you know, we can always hope for the best. Then, about October 2011, Spielberg confirmed that a script was being written by Mark. I don't like saying his last name. In the next couple of years, so 2013 or 2014, one of those. And he also said that he felt the story was much stronger than Jurassic Park 3's, so that's a very good thing. This needs to be better than Jurassic Park 3. Then in January 2012, Spielberg confirmed, in a very sad news, he will not be directing the film. Instead, he's going to be the producer, but Spielberg has a ton of influence from everything I've gathered on the script's development. Like, even though Spielberg is not directing this, truly everything I've seen, he basically is in charge of the movie. I mean, he is, like, directing this entire script, even though he's not the confirmed director. But the good thing is there's a lot of directors out there that really could just take the place very easily. Like, Zack Snyder is directing Man of Steel when you got Christopher Nolan directing the script, basically. And, you know, he did Dark Knight Rises and all those, so it has a lot, that movie has a lot going for it, too. Let's pick this up a bit. Then in June 21st, just a month ago, about a month and a half ago, it was confirmed that the writers of Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Rick Jaffa and Amanda Silver, will be scripting Jurassic Park 4. And if any of you have seen Rise of the Planet of the Apes, that was a phenomenal reboot to the Planet of the Apes franchise. Though it is unclear at the time if they're either just writing a whole new script or continuing Mac Porter's script, or it's unknown at the moment, but it's kind of the same thing with David Goyer's script of Godzilla and whatever the hell his name was doing the new script. But of course, it's pretty much confirmed that what's-his-name is doing it now, but moving on. And then July 2nd, 2012, again, only a few weeks ago, Frank Marshall confirmed he was the producer of Jurassic Park 4, so this movie's is financially being backed up, so it is going to happen. Then Frank Marshall stated that just like literally 2 weeks ago, that will be on screen within 2 years. He went on to say that they're aiming for a summer release, as it is a popcorn movie. He also spoke briefly about the advancements of CGI and what this means for the Jurassic Park franchise, seeing as how Jurassic Park defined CGI for the next 20 years until Avatar came out. For 20 years until Avatar came out. That was disturbing. I'm sorry, I just saw a commercial for a dog that you put Play-Doh in its mouth and it shits out the Play-Doh. That's disturbing. But anyway. It also said they're not losing the animatronic dinosaurs, which is a great thing because the animatronic dinosaurs were phenomenal. And it's going to be great about it. The technology's taken a leap and now they can do really great things. And he also stated that the dinosaurs with guns idea was nothing but a rumor and it's not the new story for the film, so what we know, Spielberg's going to be the producer, and he had a lot of influence over the script. We got the confirmed writers that did Planet of the Apes. That was a great movie. We got Frank Marshall's a definite producer, so we still need a director and a guy to do the music, which I hope John Williams comes back for this one. But that's it. That's what we know. It's definitely going to happen from everything I gathered. So this is djufu. Got to cut it off here.